Hello world, it is Monday, August 17th, and it's a beautiful day outside today. I did go out for a run. Temperatures were relatively cool. Still a little humid, but not terrible, but nice. Nice enough to have the windows open rather than the air conditioning running, which I so much prefer. Today's devotional is entitled The Grace of Being Wrong, and it's written by Mary Ludy. Mary bases her devotional upon the Gospel of John, chapter 1, verses 45 through 46, and she reads from the New Revised Standard Version. Philip found Nathanael and said to him, "We have found him about whom Moses and the prophets wrote, Jesus, son of Joseph from Nazareth." Nathanael said to him, "Can anything good come out of Nazareth?" And Philip said to him, "Come and see." Mary writes, "There's no Starbucks there. No arty cinema, no hip eatery, no funky downtown. You wouldn't go there for a memorable evening out, and yet it's the Messiah's hometown, believe it or not." Nathanael doesn't believe it. Nazareth is a backward joke. Everybody says so. Nothing good comes out of there. Sometimes we pretend not to hear when someone makes a bigoted remark. Not Philip. He challenges Nathanael to test his assumptions against his experience. Come and see. To his credit, Nathanael goes with Philip, meets Jesus, and discovers he's been kind of a jerk for lazily accepting an inherited bias. He also discovers that can anything good come out of Nazareth is not the real question. The real question is, can anything good come out of me? The answer, thankfully, is yes. By the grace of God, Nathanael becomes a disciple. How grateful he must have been at the end of his life to have been so wrong about Nazareth. Sometimes the longest and most difficult journey is not from place to place, but from assumption to experience, from disdain to respect, from rejection to embrace, from judgment to love. Costly, this journey, but oh, the grace of it. In Mary's prayer, Holy Spirit, grant us the grace of being wrong. Invite us into the company of the good man who came out of Nazareth. Reorder what we value and desire so that his mercy may flow abundantly from us, undeterred by assumptions, judgment, bigotry, or contempt. Amen. Mary's devotion today brings up a lot of thoughts to me. One is, how often do we hold a bias without even really realizing that we hold it, simply based upon how we've been brought up or the things that we learned through the place that we live. Sometimes people in small towns think big cities like Toledo or Detroit are dangerous places. Yeah, there's probably some neighborhoods you wouldn't want to go to, but typically somebody lives there, somebody has their family there. It's not the kind of place that your imagination or your history tells you it is. It's kind of like when I moved to Germany back in the mid-90s. People in Germany, when they heard I was from Detroit, sometimes were kind of taken aback because their view of Detroit was that everybody walks around with guns and there's lots of killing and violence and death. And that's not at all what it's like. I think back in the 70s and 80s, Detroit may have had the highest murder rate in the United States, but that's not true anymore. And it's probably no worse than a lot of other big cities in Germany, for example. Until we experience someone, until we get to know them, we don't really know what they're like. And so we should meet new people with an open mind and not with bias. And when we find ourselves being apprehensive about someone before we've met them, maybe it's time to give pause and think about where that might be coming from. Why are we feeling this emotion? What's going on? You might find something in yourself that you want to change. So be open. Nathanael was. He followed Philip and found out Jesus was actually an okay guy. And there were some good things that came out of Nazareth. Just like there's good things that come out of every place. Hope you have a good day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.